Have you ever heard of a monster so terrifying it had to be locked away in an inescapable maze? Today, we're journeying back to ancient Crete to uncover the story of the Minotaur, a creature with the body of a man and the head of a bull. This isn't just a monster story. It's a tale of gods, kings, betrayal, and a hero's quest. So grab your torch and a ball of thread, because we're about to enter the labyrinth. Our story begins with King Minos of Crete to prove his divine right to rule. He prayed to the sea god Poseidon to send him a magnificent white bull from the sea, which he promised to sacrifice in the god's honor. Poseidon agreed, and a stunning bull emerged from the waves. But King Minos was so captivated by its beauty that he decided to keep it and sacrifice a different, lesser bull instead. Well, you can probably guess that angering a powerful god like Poseidon is never a good idea. As punishment for Minos' arrogance, Poseidon didn't strike him down. Instead, he devised a more cunning and cruel revenge. He made Minos' wife, Queen Pasiphae, fall madly in love with the white bull. Consumed by this unnatural passion, the queen sought the help of the master craftsman and inventor, Daedalus. Daedalus, a genius of his time, constructed a hollow wooden cow, covered it with a real cowhide, and placed the queen inside. The white bull was deceived, and from this union, a monstrous offspring was born, the Minotaur. The creature was a terrifying hybrid, and as it grew, its appetite for human flesh became insatiable. Horrified, King Minos knew he couldn't kill his wife's son, but he couldn't let it roam free either. So he once again commanded Daedalus, the very man who enabled the creature's existence, to build an elaborate, inescapable prison. This was the legendary Labyrinth, a maze so complex that anyone who entered would be lost forever, eventually falling prey to the Minotaur lurking at its center. But how did the Minotaur get its meals? This is where the story gets even darker. Years earlier, Minos' son had been killed in Athens. As retribution, Minos waged war and conquered the city. He then imposed a gruesome tribute every 9 years. Athens had to send 7 young men and 7 young women to Crete. These 14 youths were sent into the labyrinth as a sacrifice, a tribute of blood to feed the beast. For years, Athens suffered under this terrible decree, sending its children to their doom. This cycle of sacrifice continued until a brave young hero from Athens decided to put an end to it. His name was Theseus, the son of the Athenian king. He volunteered to be one of the 7 young men sent to Crete, vowing to slay the Minotaur and free his city from its dreadful obligation. When Theseus arrived in Crete, he caught the eye of King Minos' daughter, Ariadne. She fell in love with the handsome hero and, desperate to save him, she decided to betray her father. Ariadne went to Daedalus for help, the same man who designed the labyrinth. He told her the secret to navigating the maze: a ball of thread. Ariadne gave the thread to Theseus, telling him to tie one end to the entrance and unravel it as he went deeper into the labyrinth. This way, if he survived his encounter with the Minotaur, he could find his way back out. Theseus entered the maze, found the sleeping Minotaur at its heart, and after a ferocious battle, he managed to kill the beast. Following the thread, he escaped the labyrinth, gathered the other Athenian tributes, and fled Crete with Ariadne. The story of the Minotaur is more than just a myth about a monster. It's a powerful allegory about the beast within, the consequences of pride, and the nature of monstrosity itself. Was the Minotaur the true monster, or was it the vengeful god Poseidon, or the cruel King Minos who created the circumstances for its existence? The labyrinth itself can be seen as a metaphor for the complex, confusing challenges we face in our own lives. It's a timeless tale that continues to fascinate us, reminding us that sometimes the greatest monsters are the ones we create ourselves. What do you think? Who was the real villain of this story? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for exploring this ancient legend with me. If you enjoyed this journey into mythology, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more stories from the past. See you next time.